How could we calculate the sum 4 plus 10 plus 16 all the way to 1,354? So the three dots are implying that we need to fill in and add all of those numbers up as well. Okay, so how can we add these things? Often there's a formula that's taught if the numbers are one after the other of how we might solve this. So if it was just simply 4 plus 5 plus 6, all the way up, there's a pretty simple result. But with adding this makes it a little difficult because we have these gaps, and that makes it a little bit, I think, a little bit more interesting that the integers aren't consecutive. So how can I even tackle something like this? When I'm looking at a problem like this, I'm thinking, okay, well, what is this distance here? What's the difference? Is it the same? Is it being added the same amount each time? If it's not, then I'm going to have to think about it a lot harder. So I know that 4 plus 10 is the same distance as 10 plus 16. So that's a distance of 6, and that's a distance. So I think it's just adding 6 over and over and over again. If that's true, then up here, we have to think, okay, if it's just adding 6 over and over, it seems to be. If it is, then up here, I need to test if that's going to work. So how can I do that? So I thought, well, I should probably test and see, okay, is 1354 minus 4, taking away the first 4? If I take that away, is this divisible by 6 evenly? So it's either evenly divisible by 6 or not. So let's see. Well, that's 1350. Okay. If this number is divisible by 6 evenly, then it has to be even and it has to be divisible by 3. And how do I test if it's divisible by 2? Well, it ends in 0, so it's an even number, so we're good on that. But what about the 3? Well, I can add the digits together and see if that number is divisible by 3. And if it is, then the whole number is. So 0 plus 5 is just 5, 5 and 3 is 8, and 8 and 1 is 9, and 9, yeah, that's divisible by 3. So this is divisible by 6. Okay, so intuition states that, yeah, they are just adding 6 over and over again, all the way up to our end here, okay? All right, so what to do next? Well, the next thing that I did when looking at this problem was, okay, it's just adding it up over and over again, and it's probably just because I've taken a lot of algebra classes, but I just thought, well, what if we just let n equal 4 and see what happens? So then we have n plus 6 and plus, and that's where I had my first real original thought was, that's 2 6s, okay? Now it's not an enormous result here, but it is something. So I noticed it's, if n equals 4, we have n plus 6, n plus 2 6, and so on, 3 6, and so on, plus, and then n plus, well, how many is that going to work? Like, how many 6s do I have to get? And I don't know, right? So it's n times some amount of 6, but I don't know how many. Okay, so that's another problem inside this problem, is how many does this go up to? Well, is there a way to figure it out? I think there is, because if I take the 4 away, then I can figure out how many 6s it is. So again, the algebra I'm going to do 4, because that's what n is. X times 6 equals 1354. And I'm going to try to figure out how many times does this happen. So I subtract my 4, and I just get 6x equals 1350, the same 1350 up there. And I want to divide by 6, so x equals 1350 divided by 6. So here comes the part of the problem where are you going to use a calculator or are you going to long divide? And that's up to you. But if you want to long divide, you can just go 6, 1350, and hopefully it comes out. Okay, so that's 2, that's 12, that's 1, and that's 5, and so that's another 2, and then we get 12, and we subtract, and that's 3, and that's 30, and that's 5. Okay, so now we have 225, easy stuff. Okay, so x equals 225. It happened that many times. So I'm going to go back over here. Okay. And what do I have? N plus 6, n plus 2 times 6, plus n plus 225 times 6. Okay. So I think I'm getting closer, but it's only a thought at this moment. I know that n equals 4 because I did it, but where can we go from here? The next thing I thought was, okay, well, I'm just adding n a bunch of times. Maybe there's a way I could factor it out. This was my thought. N plus 2 times 6 plus n plus 3 times 6 plus n plus 225 times 6. Okay, there's just a lot of n's. How many n's do I have? I don't know if it's obvious to you, but I had to think about it for a moment. So this is 6 times 1, n plus 6 times 1, n plus 2 times 6, n plus 3 times 6. And I notice just with that sequence, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I always have one more than this. And I know how far it goes up now. So it seems like, okay, I have one more n than this. All right, and that makes sense if we go back up here. So how many n's do I have? I have 226 n's. And I know that n is just 4. So I can just plug that back in when I need it. Okay. Plus 6 plus 2 times 6 plus 3 times 6 plus 225 times 6. Okay. And since the n part worked out, I kind of thought, well, maybe there's something I can do with the 6's. Maybe I can just factor out the 6. Because I have 6. They're all just related to 6. So maybe I can just factor it out. And that's what I did. So that's a 1, 2, 3, and up to 225. Okay. So now I would really like to know, what is this sum? So how many layers in are we? But this is another problem within the problem. What is this sum? Okay. And I'm going to kind of cheat, and there's a pretty standard result of how you can do this. Okay, and I'll try to I'll explain my work at least. Okay, the idea is that you can go 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus, as far as you want to go. It's a different n, but that's n plus 1 over 2. I'll at least show you that this is true. Let's say we just wanted to go up to 3. Well, this statement says it's 3 plus 1 over 2. 3 plus 1 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 divided by 2 is 6. Okay, and then this is also 6. 3 and 3 is 6. So one example doesn't prove anything, but you can certainly prove this by mathematical induction to prove that that is true. Okay, and I'm going to use this result to help me with this. Okay, so now I have 226 n's in this problem. N is just 4. 6 times, and last time I just used the number 3, right? But now it's 225 times 226, because I have to add 1 over 2. All right, we're getting really close now. I notice I have to cut this in half because of the formula, so it's really your choice. But 226, I could cut that to 113, or I could just divide the 6 by 3, or divide by 2 to make it a 3. So 226 times 4 plus 3 times 225, 226. And that's pretty much it. The rest is just arithmetic. We have to multiply these 3-digit numbers by a 1-digit number, and then there. So I'm just, for the sake of it, I'm just going to use a calculator to calculate that product and sum. 226 times 4 plus 3 times 225 times 226, and I find the result of 153,454 as the answer. Okay, so that's the answer to that sum. Now how does that help us with anything? I argue that the distance was very important with this problem here. And the distance in this problem was 6. So it started with 4 and it always added by a distance. Now you could imagine rewriting a problem, let's say a new problem, and you start with 5 plus 7, okay? Now, this is going to be totally different. N equals 5, distance equals 7, okay? But you could use these same exact steps to solve that problem, because you'd have n plus d, n plus 2d, and so on, and so on. And they're going to tell you when to stop. But my guess is they're going to have some kind of n plus xd. Okay, so that's, I think, somewhere that we could go with this, and that's where a formula like that would come into play. All right. Another thing is, I pulled this result out of thin air. Okay, you can prove that that's true. It's pretty commonly gone over in textbooks, so if you don't know about it, now you do. All right, have a good day.